Kinapoknet, thank you so much for giving us some time. The idea of the KRA or Thai channel has been around for over 400 years. Has its time come now?
Yes, I think it's the right time to create the Canal or Thai Canal. We call now Thai Canal because of the line of the canal maybe change from the north, up, a little bit up north of the peninsula to a little bit down to the south of peninsula. I think it's the right time because of we back to 341 years from now. We back to the past. I think at that time, maybe is the time for the I think for the powerful nation to we can call it colonial time. If we dig or create the canal during those period of time, maybe the map of time maybe change, not be like this, like today before, like today.
But why do you say the time is right now? Is it because of the situation around Thailand or the world? What is the reason for the KRA Canal now? Why is there a need for it?
The main reason, for my opinion, are I think the first reason because of it's not the colonial period of time. That is the right time, and the second, I think the growth of economic all over the world. I think the canal, I think we can do many things more than the pass of the vessel or the boat. I think it's more than the logistic of the world of Thailand is the logistic of the worldwide also. Many nations, many countries can benefit the Thai Canal.
This again, its logic seems very rational. For the canal, if it does take place, it cuts down both time and costs for ships that have to go from either the Malacca Straits or from the other straits further down south. The logic is there. Why has it not happened so far?
I think it's in the past maybe not very good reason. Yes, we think this we can create the canal for many years ago, but I think the present time I think we can share of the way of thinking of the benefit to the worldwide. Also, this canal is belong to Thailand by geography, but in practical, I think it will belong to the worldwide also by this canal, by using this canal.
What are the challenges for the canal in terms of opposition, whether it has moved, the route, the proposed route has moved many times, and now you're projecting 9A as the most suitable. There were environmental concerns earlier. Now this seems to have overcome that. 9A at least, it doesn't go through any wetlands or environmental areas that can be damaged. Is that correct?
I think, for my opinion, I think no, not any project that you can, you have to lose something. You have to lose something. But our loss is our gain. This the words of the King Ramanai or King Bhumibol, the last king of Thailand. He said that the big project you have to lose something, to lose the money, the investment, but you will get more. I don't know, I answered your question or not?
And it's not just the benefits from the canal and shipping that can pass through the canal. There would probably be special economic zones. There would be other benefits. Just to create the canal, you would need construction sites. There would be a lot of other benefits apart from just shipping.
Right. I think it's a good benefit, and we can create more of the, just like a อะไรนะนิคมอุตสาหกรรมอะไรนะ
Industrial.
industrial and พื้นที่พัฒนาเศรษฐกิจพิเศษเนี่ย
And special economic zone.
Special economic zone also, and then we will have more island from the dirt to be island to make us, or city or smart city, or many things I think, and we have the port, the big port, deep sea port, or maybe we can create of the maintenance, the big port for maintenance for.
There has been a lot of talk or reports on what the estimated cost would be. Would you be in favor of multilateral investment in the canal in terms of other countries or other companies from other countries also being involved?
Yes, exactly right. I think that's the way of my thinking. But anyway, it depends on the government. The government to understand, to balance the outside of the worldwide of many countries, and inside also for the people from the north, from the northeastern, from the central, and from the south also, and this will benefit.
Multilateral หมายความว่าหลายประเทศ
Yes, and it will it's the investment. It depends on the government.
The government's involved. In India, there is very little knowledge about, even though this idea is over 300, 400 years old, about this canal. What message would you be sending out to the people of India? Should they be concerned? Should they be ambitious that it will help trade or bring down costs of trade because of the canal being shorter? What is the message that you would like to give people who don't know about this canal?
I think it will be the shortest route of the vessel.
Canal will open the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean.
To Indian Ocean,
vice versa.
yes, and the Indian Ocean is belong to Indian anyway. I think the area, the influence of Indian, and I think the population of the Indian, and I think the Western from Indians has big number.
General, some people have worries about China being exclusively involved in the canal. What is your opinion about that?
We are independent nation, and we have to think about this also. And to that, I told you before that we can balance of the power in this area. It depends on the government when he decide to create this canal, and then that's will let another nation to come to join or invest. Also, not only one nation or India. Also, I think we welcome every nation to come to invest here in Thailand.
So in terms of investment, you're saying it won't be just China, you welcome the US, Japan, India, whoever wants to. Korea, Russia.
Yes, Russia, England, France, Germany, India, United States, China, Japan, and Korea, or the nation in the Gulf also. Why not?
And again, the challenge is, one is it has to be accepted. A study has to be done, the study has to be accepted, feasibility study, and then the government has to agree to create that. Is that an obstacle? Because the government right now seems to suggest that it's not a priority.
I think the government try to study inside, not exactly form the committee to study deeply in the detail of the he study from us also, from us because of we anything that we have done that helps the government to make a decision, and we let the people let the people learn and study for the benefit of the canal, and then the people will tell the government to do that. Not myself, or not our association.
Looking at short-term history in terms of how China has invested not only in the region but in Asia, in Africa, in South America, there have been some instances where countries have seen that in the longer term it doesn't benefit them because they get into debt with China, whether it's in Sri Lanka or in Pakistan or in Maldives. Are you, or is the Thai people and the government aware of that danger, and how will you tackle it?
I know we have. I think when the canal was created, and then we have the measurement of the security anyway of the in our country, and if we have the
Income.
the income, if we have more income, we have more stronger of the force of power to protect our country. I think it's that the answer. Even the Navy, Army, or the Air Force can make a security in this area. Or when you think about the
we study and we think that income will offset.
we
the
never
debt.
we
pay back the debt. Able to do that.
I think we don't scare of the income that cannot
So generally, in effect, you're saying you're confident that the money that you earn from the canal will offset any debts that you have to pay.
Right.
But you were talking about security in the region, in Asia, India Pacific, Indian Ocean. We've seen how the U.S. and China and the South China Sea, there's been a lot of issues there. There is a worry that if the canal comes, China could use it to get to the Indian Ocean faster than through the Malacca Straits as well.
You maybe talk about the afraid of the
The fear
you
of India.
you can think. I think you can think. But anyway, in the present time, at the present time, I think we can just like a alliance together. We are friendly, but maybe the canal will make some nation may uncomfortable, may be uncomfortable of the canal project because of maybe to reduce the income of some nations or to share some income in this area or income of Thailand. We can get more. But anyway, I think you can afraid, you can fear of the thing that the China influence maybe not only South China Sea, maybe influence to Indian Ocean. I think it's the Indian Ocean. The world map said that it's Indian Ocean. You're afraid of what? You're afraid of what? I don't think you don't have to afraid. We are friendly together.
Well put, General. And the other side of the same argument is that whether it's Indian ships or US ships could make it faster to the South China Sea also.
I think we should have the many agreements with those nations also because of this canal, not for military only, or any conflict. Yes, sometimes the conflicts in the region may be cause of to block or blockade of the canal also, but I think those nations must to think that this canal belong to all of those nations by practical why they try to keep this canal for free or yes, it depends on the situation. I don't want to talk about the situation in the negative.
Again, one of the challenges that is put when this idea is brought up among analysts about the canal is that it could possibly divide Thailand, the south.
Yes.
But the argument that is given from the positive side is that employment can be created so much that maybe up to 1 in every 4 unemployed person in the south could get a job, and that could make it move towards a much more peaceful arrangement. Is that how you view it? How do you view that challenge or that view that one of the reasons why the canal has not come is because of the opposition that could possibly divide?
That's most of the people, or in the past, there's like is the way of theสภาความมั่นคง
national security.
National Security Council. Maybe is the way of the thinking that if we create the canal, maybe cut the nation into two parts. I think you have how many islands you have in India?
Well, I was just talking about that, and the thousands.
And you afraid of this island will separate from the country? No, it depends on the measurement. It depends on the method of thinking. It's the way of thinking. It's not. It's not just like the words of the. It may be some words of the leader. Sometimes they don't want this project happen, and then they said, oh, this separate is against to the security of the nation. And if you write this project, create it, you said, oh, this because of we have the good security. We don't have to worry about the canal. Is the water of is the salt water of our country. Inside the country, we don't have to afraid anything. And underwater is the land. Right, we can create that. It depends on the technology and many things. Myself, my opinion, I don't worry about this. And the people, some people, we have to make them understand the way of thinking. It depends on, yes, you can think about this. You can think in the negative way, but I will let you learn and trust to our force or our way of thinking to keep this area safe.
So, General, it's been 400 years since the idea started. In your opinion, in your hope, when do you think this canal will be operational?
Oh. Now the technology is very, very high technology, and then the way of create the canal. I think the period of time, I think not more than 6 years, and not only the canal. We have the facility and everything, the port, and everything, just like prepare everything. I think in 10 years, I think everything will be, can use its very, it's very, yes, it's very practical.
General, thank you so much for giving us a time and explaining your opinion to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But I'm sorry that sometimes I apologize that sometimes my English may not as good as my Thai, and sometimes. Okay. Thank you very much.